Hello, I'm Frida Henskens of Henskens Rankin of Tasmania, and this is my business. This is what I do. I make high-end sparkling wine here in Tasmania. We started Henskens Rankin back in 2010 with only 2 tonne of fruit, and we decided to start the business and specialise in sparkling, because while I was training to be as a winemaker, I was working for a contract winery and in the lab in the cellar, and I saw a lot of sparkling wine, and really I didn't fancy most of it, so I decided that to make something that I wanted to drink. And despite starting in 2010, we didn't release, our first release was in 2008. So 8 years on yeast lease. The price point starts at $90 and goes up, but we're tiny. So all my bottles have, we decided very early on to personalise things, so I'm not sure you can see that clearly, but all the bottles are numbered, and the smaller batches which are only a few hundred, are hand numbered. Now, it's also important to us that the business the business is ethical. We're at the luxury end of things, so if we can't be ethical, who the heck can? It's also important to us that we're making a contribution to the community, not simply making money. Now, COVID-19. Well, 2010 and 20, our 10th anniversary, this was going to be a big year. We were going to be at the Winter Feast with Dark Mofo. We had other promotional things planned, and we'd had some, we'd won trophies. We'd had some really excellent press, and we had the wind under our wings, and we were going to fly and really take off this year. Of course, it didn't happen, and most of our customers are closed, because most of our customers are restaurants, particularly high-end restaurants, and some retailers. The retailers stayed open, but the high-end restaurants not so much. We don't know how many of those will reopen, or when, or in what form. So, big pom. But the wonderful thing about the silver lining was, the silver lining in the whole thing, the whole COVID-19, is that there has been absolutely wonderful online resources being made available, particularly through the state government and industry organisations like One Australia. So we've had, actually we'd already started part of the Digital Ready program with ASBAS, and to getting improving our website, but also stuff about advice and webinars, and about blogging and content, good writing versus other things, email marketing, that's all that sort of thing. Really great stuff from some really wonderful training from One Australia, particularly Wine Tourism Australia. Big shout out there to them. They're, particularly Robin Shaw, wonderful. I've just recently finished doing a 3-week training course with Robin, in conjunction with WESA in the United States, about basically telemarketing. And there I discovered that my wine club members do not want me to spend a lot of money in automating my wine club. They actually want me to phone them. Who would have thought that? And they want me to phone them every 3 weeks, not every 6 months. Every 3 months, sorry, not every 6 months. So, you know, that's pretty worthwhile. Like a lot of businesses, we had started to put time and effort into our online presence, but COVID just really brought that a lot further forward, and with the training available, just really helped turbocharge that. The other big shout out is to the Tasmanian Hospitality Association, who we're doing sort of on group coaching again, through Zoom, and really looking at the nitty gritty of our businesses. I'm in with a group of with restaurateurs and cafe owners, and seeing that where you're really making your money and where small changes to your business can actually make a huge difference. And that's really taking me, I guess, to a level of expertise and knowledge that I probably should have had in the first place. The other things that I think everybody is doing is we've been paying attention to our financials. All the stuff we don't usually want to do, particularly not winemakers. We'd rather be out there in the winery doing stuff. But and talking to our banks and talking to our talking to our accountants, but most importantly, actually talking to each other. It seems like the entire world's wine industry is on Instagram, following each other, saying nice things about each other and trying to help. I've also been looking at, had started before COVID, but again, suddenly became a lot more important to look at business relationships, and partnerships with other businesses, people who, where they're finding natural synergies, and that's really useful. And I've been working on a competition because during winter, people forget about sparkling wine. So I've partnered with a local artisanal chocolate maker, and we're having a sparkling and chocolate competition. Enter. Learning how to get your message out there, and quite out of the blue, I'm looking at export opportunities in Singapore and in the United States. All stuff that we wouldn't have expected. Again, with a lot of support from Wine Australia and their export people, with the local industry group, Wine Tasmania, and also from state growth. I can't really speak too highly of all the really great resources that we found, most of them free. So all that stuff, all those people that will send you emails saying, we'll give you a good deal, is probably something in your state government, from your state government, that's actually better, cheaper, or even free. Now there was somebody else I needed to mention. Yes, there probably is. I can't think of it just at the moment. The future for us. Well, this has slowed things down. It's we had all sorts of product, another 3 wines that we were going to disgorge. But again, it's brought the whole, a lot of things that were going to have to happen anyway, but brought them further, happen faster. So one of the things, we've been doing all the right things. We've been talking to the people we owe money to, talking to the people who owe us money, and trying to help, and being as transparent as we can, and then also communicating with our customers. For me personally, the idea that, okay, I make wine, but people actually want to phone me and talk to me and ask me to sell them wine. It was terrifying. And it was actually quite fun. So there are lots of good things that have, or silver linings that have come out of this. Nothing can replace the people who have become ill and the people who've died, and people who have lost their jobs. We're very, very, very lucky. We're a nano business, so it's me with a bit of IT support and muscle support from my husband, David. He's the Rankin. But compared to a lot of people, we're very, very, very fortunate. And again, because our disgorging program was all messed up, I've had to talk to my customers and given them the opportunity to choose what they want, and that's not a bad thing at all. And it's also forced us to evaluate what our business model actually is rather than the business plan, working with that in conjunction with our cash flow projections. It's really, really powerful seeing what we need to work out what we need to do for the business to recover and thrive. And I've gone on for long enough, so good night.